Neutralization reactions explained video notes. Okay, what is the neutralization reaction? It's when an acid and base react to form salt and water. Okay, we learned what an acid and a base is 2 units ago. What's a salt? It's defined in chemistry as any time you have a positive ion bonded to a negative ion, or what's known as an ionic compound. We know what ionic compounds. Metal plus a non-metal ion, right? All right, let's look at our example here. We've got hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide produces salt and water. Well, how does that happen? Well, this is a double replacement reaction. Okay, we've got H and OH. What do? They're going to form water, H2O. And then what's left over? We've got sodium and chlorine. Who's always in the first position? Your positive ion. So looking at your ion chart, which you always need, is sodium's your positive ion, chlorine's your negative ion, and we need those because why? We're going to write a formula between sodium and chlorine. So +1 and a -1 cancel out, so I get NaCl. Okay, an acid plus a base produces some sort of salt, which is an ionic compound, plus water. In a neutralization reaction, the hydrogen ion of the acid and the hydroxide ion of the base come together to form water. That's where we got that. The H and the OH. All right, now looking at our base, the positive ion from our base and the negative ion from our acid produce the salt. Okay, and that's what I just did up here. I took our positive ion from our base, the negative ion from our acid, and we did the swap and drop, and we get our salt. Okay, are we ready to practice? Okay, so it's telling us we've got this nitric acid plus sodium hydroxide, and it's going to produce salt plus water, but what salt? So that's your job to figure it out. So again, I'm going to cross out the H and the OH because what does that make? It makes water. Okay, what salt am I going to have? So using our notes from above, I'm going to take the positive ion from my base, the negative ion from my acid, and I'm going to write a formula. But what do I need to write a formula? I'm going to need the charges. Okay, so lithium has a +1 charge, and NO3 nitrate has a -1 charge. So let's put those up there. I've got the +1 lithium, the -1 nitrate, and we're going to form lithium nitrate. A +1 and a -1 cancels out. My positive ion's in front, so I get LiNO3 plus water. Okay, this is not a balanced equation, by the way. Later on, you will have to balance these. All right, let's look at example number 2. I've got sulfuric acid plus magnesium hydroxide produces some salt plus water. Okay, again, H, OH produce water. Now we're going to figure out our salt. So it's always take the positive ion from your base and the negative ion from your acid. So what's the charge on that magnesium? Let's get the charge. We got the +2 charge on our magnesium. Sulfate is a -2. So I got the +2 magnesium, the -2 sulfate. So I'm going to form magnesium sulfate. +2 and -2 cancel out. So I get MgSO4 plus water. All right, let's look at our last example here. I've got nitric acid plus barium hydroxide is going to produce salt plus water. And again, what's water? H2O. What's left over? The positive ion from my base, the negative ion from my acid. Again, get your charges. Barium is a +2. And then we've got nitrate, which is a -1. So I've got the +2 barium and the -1 nitrate. Now, I'm going to write that up here because here we do have to swap and drop because those don't cancel out. So where's that 2 going? Back behind that nitrate. Where's the 1 going? There. So my formula is 1 barium with 2 nitrate plus water. So barium nitrate is our salt. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know.